last Monday of October. Finally, yes. So we have an amazing week of Pride stories planned just for you. And we come to the end of Pride Month this week with that hashtag Pride Marathon. So welcome to another epic episode of Trending SA. I am Refilwe, and over here on my left is a self-proclaimed emperor of Umlazi. Also some Madiba dance.
I am on my Madiba swag today, man. You can't touch me. Oh.
And of course, wait for it, Mzansi. This entire week, we are joined by the one, the only, Mo Flavor.
I mean, this is probably the best tender ever, right? and you know, when there's a tender, you must take advantage. Take advantage of these tenders.
I have not been surrounded by so much bass and baritone in a long time. Absolutely love it. Good to have you here. But before we get into our weekend trends, I just want to take a moment, guys, to just put some respect on my little bro Lewis Hamilton's name and congratulate him on his victory in the Portuguese Grand Prix. He became Formula One's record all-time race winner. Yeah,
you must work on your body language. The way you said little bro is the same way Cecil Lannister used to talk about Jamie. It was
and we know she's going to think for him, right?
Yes, she does.
And he's a man who can do many laps. He can do many laps.
Listen, and ladies are all here for it, including me. Let's not pretend that homeboy has not grown up. He is looking so fine.
92 Grand F Formula One wins, eh? 92.
Okay.
As they say on the streets, he can have it. Now, let's get into our weekend trends.
All right, fresh from the weekend, and the country officially has a new Miss South Africa.
Yes. Yeah.
The gorgeous Shudufhadzo Musida was crowned the winner of the highly contested title on Saturday. The bold and beautiful Shudufhadzo is our new Miss SA, and she was the favorite from the day that they actually announced the top 10. So the Miss SA pageant was hosted in another country, in the Republic of Cape Town, and it was hosted by Nomza Mombat. I think this was our first Miss SA that was actually hosted outside the country, and our Miss Universe, was Mbali Ntuli, made up the panel of judges.
Shudufhadzo, it has been amazing hearing you throughout the day as you do, as she does press, and she joins us now to recap her first day officially in office. Hi, Miss SA. Welcome to Trending SA. What does it feel like to be addressed in that way?
Hello. It feels. Actually, my initials are Miss SA, Shudufhadzo Abigail, so it feels quite fitting.
Listen, right? It was written in the stars.
Shudufhadzo, this is our first question for you on Trending SA, because you've been on a press tour since the morning, and people have been asking you all sorts of questions, and none of them are as exciting as us. So your first question is, what question don't you want us to ask you?
I can't tell you that because you're gonna ask me.
Miss SA, are you still there?
Sorry.
All right, Shudu. Let's see. We've got
her back.
Fantastic.
Yes, Miss SA, I want to ask you, what question don't you want us to ask you?
What are you tired of hearing at this point?
I feel like if I tell you guys, you're gonna ask me, so I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Wise choice.
Exactly. But listen, congratulations. I mean, this has been amazing. What I want to know is, you know how we all have a soundtrack to our life right now. What is the soundtrack to your life? Because we know it's not Sister Bettina, and we know it's probably not Jerusalem either. We all took that one. So what's that one song right now that is the soundtrack to your life right now?
Right now, it has to be All Nations, Yahweh. I play that every single morning. And it makes me feel closer to God.
Oh, man.
That's really beautiful.
She's that kind of girl.
Yeah. So, Shudufhadzo, we all, of course, we hopped on after the top 10 was announced, we followed. And of course, now that you've won, the follows must be insane. That one celebrity follow that got you just fangirling and excited.
It has to be Mavasana Kumalo. When I saw that she followed me, I was just like,
ooh. Yo.
No, big guns.
Really cool.
Leadership.
Yeah.
Shudu, I know Guti, ama rappers no DJ are the naughtiest people in the country. Have any of them started sliding in those DMs? One of them is here.
I've received so many DMs, but not that I'm aware of.
Well, it won't come from me because I'm taken already, and I'm the DJ that's making every other DJ out there look good. So,
Shudufhadzo, we basically just want to say good luck, all the best. We'll be watching your reign, and just we love you, and yeah. Fly, and fly that flag high. We love you. Thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic. Keep well. Now, as we move on with the weekend trends, this past week, a heated confrontational video featuring popular television presenter Katlego Mabue and estranged partner Monique Mala started making the rounds on social media. We all saw this. In that viral video, a cornered Mabue confessed to cheating on his wife Monique and possibly infecting her with an STI.
now, of course, the aftermath of this heated exchange caused so much social media meltdown. And I mean, by late Friday afternoon, the talented presenter had already been released from his duties as a presenter of Expresso, a show that is on this very channel, SABC3. And he was also released and removed from all the advertising from one of the country's leading insurance companies. Everything, they just took all of it out.
And then I'm sure they said that if you see an ad on TV, they will pay you 800 rand.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Because this story, for me, when the story started, it was the allegations of cheating.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the first thing that was out there. Dealing with that, Refilo, would you have carried on talking if the camera was on your face?
I think we know by now, with the advent of phones, social media, if there's a record red button, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
You know, it's unfortunate, but you pull a Shaggy and you just say, it wasn't me.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, it's not so much the cheating, because everybody cheats. It's kind of like, why is everybody crucifying this person as if he's the first man on earth to cheat ever?
Maybe we should actually talk about the fact that as millennials, this show is for millennials. As millennials, we should have a conversation with monogamy is not working for us. We've tried it, you know, and people keep trying. It's a beautiful fairy tale that we keep going for and trying to make it work, but it's just not working. Statistically, it's not working.
But
is it even just really a millennial problem? Like, did we not get it from our daddies and moms?
It's a generational curse, this thing.
They didn't have smartphones. Now, if I want to talk to Refilo at 12 o'clock at night, I don't have to dial into a landline and then Refilo's mom can pick up. Now I just go straight to you. So we're in a very messy situation.
Like gown, I think, actually, fundamentally.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I've got 6 gowns and I don't know what to do with them. And I actually like them. I've got all the gowns that I own as gifts. So it's certainly one of those things.
You don't need them anymore.
I hope you don't find yourself out.
No, we're gonna stay in. So in an exclusive upcoming sit-down interview, a very emotional Monique basically alleges issues around domestic abuse at the hands of her partner, and also getting a protection order against him. Take a look at this.
When the first physical attack happened, I got a protection order against him. He then admitted to sleeping with this woman that night.
When it got serious.
This is the thing.
Yeah, for me, when I watched that video, I was just like, you know what, a lot of people cheat and they will work things out. And then there were the allegations by the brother of domestic abuse. And then that's when it became serious for me.
And, you know, I think what makes it even more serious and what makes it even scarier is the fact that, you know, as a brand, the insurance brand especially, and even the production company, you have to protect yourself, right? Fundamentally, what we understand is that, yes, in the advent of social media, you might say what happens in my personal life doesn't affect how I do my job, right? But ultimately, if your personal life is essentially going to taint the quality or the way in which the public receives my product or my brand or even my show, then that is what's going to happen.
Because
you're going to be unscheduled or it's all going to be cancelled.
There are a lot of people like me who are disappointed because, let's be honest, I mean, Katlego is brilliant at what he does.
He is talented.
But it's so disappointing, especially with the allegations of abuse.
Okay.
What I really want for this and hope for this is that it doesn't just stay here and end here with her tell-all story, but actually either gets prosecuted and we need finality on this. I really do believe that.
With all that said, let's go to an ad break, and when we come back, we'll look at today's trends Later on the show, we are joined by Mbali Ntuli. You don't want to miss that.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trending SA right here on SABC3. Unfortunately, we did have a tiny technical glitch, so you didn't catch the rest of our conversation, but you can hop onto YouTube, that's Sound 3, and see the rest of the commentary on the Katlego Mabue story. Essentially, this debacle has sparked various conversations around toxic relationships, of course, being the fact that there were allegations of domestic abuse in all the social media swirl as well. So what we're going to be doing here on Trending SA is taking the whole week to unpack and delve into themes around toxicity and when it happens in romantic relationships. So tomorrow you need to stand by when we start our conversation, and we're going to be exploring the culture of intersection amongst millennials with a leading relationship and health expert. So you want to stay listening throughout, or watching rather, throughout the week for those conversations.
Very important stuff. Now, it's been 6 years since the murder of Orlando Pirates and Bafana Bafana goalkeeper Usenzo Meyiwa. I mean, the investigation into this murder has been marred with delays. We're all hurtful, we're tired, we want conclusions. There's been a lack of evidence, lots of speculation, and today there was a presser by the police ministry, Minister Bheki Cele, as well as the National Police Commissioner Kehla Sithole. They were basically out there to shed some light on the latest developments on this case.
Yeah, and just in case you don't know, let's bring you up to speed. Between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. this morning, 5 suspects were arrested in KwaZulu-Natal and in Gauteng. One of the people arrested is suspected to have pulled the trigger, as there is forensic evidence which is linked to the murder weapon. And then the gun that the SAPS recently found is said to be ballistically connected to the Meyiwa crime scene. More arrests, of course, might happen as the investigation does continue.
Okay, when I was watching that presser in the morning, because I watch pressers now. This
okay, my bless.
Kehla Sithole said something that I just didn't get.
Yeah.
Uguti, this person that has been caught has been linked to other crimes. Is this not like a South African thing?
It's this movie that we've seen far too often, where people are released on bail and then commit other crimes. And it's so incredibly problematic. Of course, I feel like our minister wouldn't have missed this opportunity to, take up the spotlight and be front and center on such a big case. But I guess in many ways, I'm also glad that there is the prospect of some finalization or closure for the family. Yeah. I mean, Senzo's father even passed away. The suspects not having been arrested for his son's murder. So we need this. We need this, guys. Don't fumble the bag. We need justice.
Absolutely. And the thing is, guys, somebody knows what happened. Whether it's the people that were in that house, somebody knows what happened. And we are trusting the police to tell us who it is. What do people know?
And get this case right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, I just remember that Bheki Cele spoke about bringing some finality to this case, and we're hoping that this is the moment.
This could be it.
And he made this promise, and we're hoping he's going to be the guy that we don't really see at parties when he's shutting things down. That he's also shutting down this case.
There we go.
It's been 6 years.
Banga complaining but is one is by irritate high. Did you see that? So in celebration of homegrown talent, menswear designer and the brains behind the acclaimed fashion label Efimo, Ephraim Mudingwana, was embroiled in controversy after tweets pointed out similarities between his latest collection at SA Fashion Week and that of internationally renowned designer MAXHOSA Africa. Take a look at this collection. Same?
It's the mask for me.
I think, I think what is problematic and what caused the controversy is exactly that. When you take a passing look at this, you do actually think or assume it's a MAXHOSA design,
But the thing is, lama prints lawa. They actually don't belong to us. So I don't think anybody should have a monopoly over the prints.
Okay.
Yes, the design, like the mask, like I see, but everything else, I'm a prints, guys. It's all of us. It's public domain. We can all use the prints.
I agree with you, but I think fundamentally you want to distinguish your look at the time so differently that when Urifule is just like takes a glancing look at your designs, she shouldn't be confused or assume it's somebody else altogether.
I just don't think this was FML's Sally Spectra moment. Like, we've had Sally Spectra moments in South Africa, but this was not the one. The mask is a bit Sally Spectra-ish. It's very Spectra fashion-esque. The mask.
And the thing is, if I want to produce a mask with Xhosa prints, do I need to ask Xhosa people for permission to say, dear Xhosa people, I'd love to put a range with your prints, please, can I use it?
That's what it goes back to what I was talking about these prints, because if there's something like ibheshu, if you want to do a bheshu mask with the ibheshu design, you have to speak to King Goodwill Zwelithini and go, how baba, ngiyacela ngifuna ukwenza isifonyo. That's the word for it, by the way.
So, yeah. So, you know what? I guess for me, it'll be settled in this way. First of all, consumers will vote with our feet, right? We'll vote with our feet. That's the first thing. The second thing is, we know MAXHOSA has never been scared of suing a big multinational fast fashion company.
So you're saying
like
Ifimo must be careful?
Like Inditex when they bit his design. And he went ahead and did it. So I guess the ball is in his court. We'll see what he chooses to do. But stay with us, because after the break, we'll be joined by the Democratic Alliance KZN MPL Mbali Ntuli, of course, is her name. She's running for national leadership within the opposition party, the DA. See you straight after this.
Spectra fashion.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trending SA. Now, the DA's Federal Congress is just days away, and after 14 years with the DA, Mbali Ntuli has emerged as a formidable force within that party. Now, her contestation for the position of national leader is a move that, of course, has made us all sit up and watch the space. She'll be going head-to-head with the interim DA leader, John Steenhuisen, Western Cape leader, Bonginkosi Madikizela, as well as the Gauteng party leader, John Moody. Will she come out as the victor? Well, Mbali Ntuli joins us now, hopefully answering those questions and just giving us a hint as to what we can expect. Mbali, thanks so much for your time. Welcome to Trending SA.
Thank you so much for having me, and you'll find that I've already beaten 2 of those people, so now it's just me and John Steenhuisen in the race.
Of course. Yeah. Now, Mbali, the countdown is officially on. I need to know what the internal dialogue is. What thoughts are you having? What's a conversation in your head?
Well, I think like anyone who's running for a position to be the next leader, I'm like, girl, you crazy, don't do this, it's not too late to quit, run away. But I'm actually quite excited. I think that it's been a really long 10 months of campaigning, and my team and I have done a lot. So, it's a first for many of us in the party to see such a young person going up for this kind of position. So I'm looking forward to whatever it brings.
Yeah.
Right. So last week, Ubongeziwe Madikizela said that you would leave the DA if you lost. So ubekusukela noma, do you have another move?
Angisukela. Wazi ubezama ukuthi engaphenduli izinto ade ngikhuluma ngazo. So I'm definitely not leaving. I've been elected by the people of South Africa to serve in the KZN legislature. So whatever happens, that's what I'm going to continue to do. But I do like that at least, he's come into the fray a little bit. I think it's healthy for him to also put his ideas out there, even though they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now we have to take a look at this tweet that you put out a couple of days ago. And the tweet goes like this. So this event is unfortunately cancelled following a ruling by the presiding officer. The ruling was to limit the town hall to the DA members only, which basically goes against the whole spirit of me wanting to have ordinary South Africans there also to join in. I do, however, respect the ruling of the presiding officers. I mean, you basically wanted to get some sort of participation going from the public, and obviously have this public broadcast. We know about the debate where you challenge John Steenhuisen. That's not going to happen either. I mean, is it really about the public, or, I mean, are we overthinking things here?
So first of all, I mean, I've just had a debate with John a few hours ago that was internal. But for me, I thought really the spirit of the kind of politics that particularly young people want to see is one where we can hold our leaders accountable, where you can be interrogated as somebody who's saying that not only do I want to lead a party, but I want to potentially get South Africans to vote for me to lead the country. And anyone who was running and wanted my vote, I wouldn't want to know what they're about. So I was trying to open myself up for it. Obviously, the party thought that it might play into the hands of people who maybe wouldn't have had, I suppose, good reasons for being on my town hall. I wouldn't have minded to have engaged it, but, you know, I've respected the ruling of the presiding officers in this one, and I've decided to obviously cancel it.
Yeah. Hashtag Angsabluto, basically. That's what you're saying, Mbali. But, you know, what I'm curious about is if you became the party, leader of the party, how do you believe you would influence opposition politics in South Africa?
Well, I think that there's such a big space in our country to get a lot of people who've never looked at politics in a real way of trying to get themselves involved, to be excited to reimagine how we could do politics in a new way. I want to completely disrupt the way that we do politics in this country. I find it boring. I find it stale. Parliament isn't something that people really want to watch unless they're already quite invested and sort of are the commentariats. I think there's so many young people that we could be speaking to on the issues that really affect them. And I want to have that shake-up just to really just shake the establishment and the status quo. And I think that that would make good politics, not just for opposition politics, but to really make people start thinking about what our political future could look like, and across the board. And I want to inspire even other young politicians and other parties to go and shake up their establishments as well.
And speaking of shaking things up, do you believe, and this question comes up a lot, you must be tired of it, but do you have the chops to lead an opposition political party as well while shaking things up?
Do I have the chops?
Yeah, I guess the question about age comes up and is tossed around quite a bit, you know?
I find it so strange, considering that so many of the people that currently are in positions of power in our country started when they were in their 30s. I mean, Ujido was also like as a minister when he was in his 30s, or Maria Ramos, lots of people that are in positions of power now. Now when it's our turn as young people to take the baton in the country, all of a sudden people are too young. I'd like to know what the age would be that would be appropriate, considering that I have 14 years of experience on the ground. I've built branches. I've been a legislature at council level, at an MPL, provincial level. What does this person look like who's apparently the right age to lead? Sure. I want to know, because nobody over the age of 45 is inspiring me in South Africa.
No, we have mileage there. We have serious mileage. Now, I mean, leadership. We have seen the exodus of DA leaders and members such as Musimamani, Lindiwe Mazibuko, Herman Mashaba, Ethel Trollip basically leave the party. And people are saying you might be next to exit. How do you respond to those who say you're next?
I'm not.
Well, okay, all right. So
that's it.
That's it. Okay. Mbali, Urakhadi, where party enu has publicly endorsed John Steenhuisen. Are you bothered?
Has she? But no, I'm not. She hasn't had, I think, a good track record of picking people that are great leaders. So, you know, I think that I'm fine.
Wait, so you are happy Uguti Agaketanga because she's got that track record? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what she can choose whoever she wants to have lead the party, but I'll be doing it on my own merits without needing people to give me a little nod on the head to say that I can now take it.
Guys, that's how a Rhodes woman speaks. That right there.
With power,
when leaders learn.
Purpose.
You know what? I love to see the energy and the vigor. We're going to be watching this weekend with a very, very close eye. So all the best going forward. Thank you so much for your time this evening, Mbali. Really appreciate it.
Good luck, Mbali.
Yeah, cool.
And that's thank you so much, Mbali. And that's how we wrap up today's show. Remember, all throughout the week, we will be exploring toxic relationships. Oy vey, guys. Look after yourselves out there. It's rough. See you again tomorrow, 6 p.m.